Hello, my name is Lauren Hendricks. My audience members are Lisa Hendricks,
Hello.
Jenna Ty,
Hey.
and Kaylee Hendricks.
Hey.
My specific purpose of this speech is to inform my audience of the different types of child abuse and the effects it has on their lives. Abuse in a child's life and the effects it has on the child aren't always obvious, and they can be practiced in ways that people believe to be normal. From the types of abuse to the effects it has on a child, everyone should be educated on this topic. The four main types of abuse are physical, sexual, emotional, and neglect. Physical is actually bringing physical harm to a child, such as hitting, leaving bruises and marks, breaking bones even. Most parents believe it to be, they call it discipline, but it's going far beyond discipline, and they're instilling fear in their children. According to childhelp.com, 5 children die every day because of abuse. The second type of abuse is sexual. It's usually done by someone the kid trusts and knows, and not by a stranger like most people believe. Most kids it brings shame to the kids, so they're too afraid to come forward and tell anyone because they think it's their fault and don't want anyone to be mad at them. It's not just girls, it happens to boys too. 1 out of 3 girls and 1 out of 5 boys will be abused before the age of 18, according to DoSomething.org. The third type of abuse is emotional. This is the most common, and it doesn't involve actual physical touching and harming of a child. It's by words and actions. This can damage a child's mental health and social development. It's usually the parent has a negative attitude towards the kid, and they're yelling a lot and showing intimidation. It's also done outside of the home. It can be done at school by teachers and peers in the form of bullying. The fourth type of abuse is neglect. This is when a child's basic needs aren't met, and the parent's usually unable to care for them, whether it's due to drugs or abusive substances. 1/3 to 2/3 of child maltreatment cases involve substances, according to DoSomething.org. This leads me to the long-term effects. A long-term effect may be the child has no sense of self left. They think that they think that they're worthless and they're just not good for anything. They may not be able to develop healthy relationships with others, or may not be able to function at work and school later on in life. They develop trust issues, and in the worst case scenario, they develop depression. 80% of 21-year-olds met criteria for psychological disorders. It's a global issue that everyone should know about, and it comes in forms people don't think to be child abuse. Child abuse doesn't discriminate. It doesn't just happen in poor and bad homes. It can happen in wealthy people's homes and families that look to be like they're perfect, but behind closed doors, they're beating their children. People believe that it just happens in North America, but that's just because we have more records, more recorded instances in other countries. According to Child Help, it happens in every socioeconomic level. Cultural practices are believed to be normal in parts of the world by some societies, but it's actually a form of abuse. Child labor is when kids are forced to participate in illicit activities such as drug trade and debt bondages. This violates the child age laws, and it can bring harm to the child's well-being. The kids are usually forced into physical labor in mining, agriculture, and factories. Child trafficking is another kind of practice. This is when children are sold as sex slaves. They're usually abducted off the streets, and majority of them are already homeless before. They target kids because they're more vulnerable and easy to get to and less likely to resist. Child marriage is another one. 15.4 million girls per year are married before the age of 18. They have no say, and they're ripped of their childhood. This can cause complications in pregnancy and birth. To sum it up, child abuse is a terrible thing, and prevention needs to be a top priority. It's complex, and anywhere from physical abuse to child trafficking, it can affect the child for the rest of their life. If people know the signs, it can help be prevented in some cases. It's morally and ethically wrong, and if we work together to raise awareness, we can lower the number of cases. Thank you.